In today's video, I'm going to be going through the top 10 SMGs after the most recent update. Let's get straight into it. Subscribe if you enjoy. Yeah, let's go. First on the list is the Armaguara. This is one of the best SMGs after the most recent update, and it actually is a super fun weapon to use because of this specific class. It actually makes the strafe speed incredibly fast, so you can aim down sight and strafe left to right really quick. So for this, you want to use the recoil booster and then the 315mm barrel. This is going to increase the damage, and then for the stock, you want to use the skeletal stock. This is going to increase the mobility and the strafe speed, etc. The compact underbarrel is also going to increase the strafe speed, and for the rear grip you want to use the grooved grip for even more strafe speed, and then steady is going to help whilst you're strafing as well. For the magazine, 60-round magazine, and then the lengthened ammo type, any optic of your choice. I like the slate reflector, and then perk 2 is fully loaded or quick. Quick for the sprint speed, fully loaded if you want to have more ammo. And that is the full class. But yeah, like I said, this is a really underrated class at the moment because it's basically a really high mobility strafe speed class. So whenever you aim down sight, you're in a gunfight, you can move around whilst aiming down sight quite fast, and it's going to throw your enemies' shots off guard because they're not going to expect you to be moving so quickly. So yeah, try it out. Next up, we have the OTS-9. This is just one of the classic weapons that is always going to be good. This is such a good SMG, great mobility, time to kill, really clean iron sights, good ADS. I can't say anything bad about this weapon. For this, you want to use the groove suppressor for the accuracy, and then the task force barrel. We're also going to be using the 40 fast mag, and then you want to use the skeletal stock along with the Tiger Team spotlight for the mobility, and that is the full class setup. It's really good. Try it out. Next up is the Marco 5. This is definitely one of the top 2 SMGs right now. This is just up there as one of the best. The attachments you want to use for this is the recoil booster, the 355mm barrel for the ADS and mobility, all of that good stuff. We're going to be using the taped grip for the mobility along with the FR stock for the mobility and also the accuracy. The 64 round magazine and the lengthened ammo type, and then for the underbarrel we're going to be using the strife angled underbarrel just to increase the accuracy of the weapon. Slate reflector, and then we're going to be using, any of these are really kind of good. Momentum's good. Gung-Ho's decent, Frenzy is also decent. Out of all of them, I would probably go for Momentum, and then we're going to be using Quick as well for the movement speed. The next weapon is the Sten, and this has really high mobility, so it's a nice quick class, and the time to kill is also very good. The attachments you want to use for this are going to be the recoil booster for the fire rate, and then you want to use the rapid barrel for the fire rate as well, and it also increases the accuracy, which is great. You then want to use the 50 round magazine with the skeletal underbarrel for the increased in ADS and movement speed. You then want to use the lengthened ammo type, and then for the rear grip there's 2 options you can go for. Either the taped grip, which is going to increase the mobility of the weapon, or you can use the hatched grip, which is going to increase your accuracy a little bit more. This weapon does have a bit of kick to it, so if it was me, I'd probably use the hatched grip, but you could use the taped grip if you want a bit more mobility. We're then going to be going for the power stock for the mobility, acrobatic and quick for the mobility, and that is the full class. This one is one of my favorites right now, the Uzi from Modern Warfare. This thing is just so fun to use. It's so tiny, but it's just so fun. This is a hipfire build, and you guys are going to want to use the monolithic suppressor, the 5mm laser with the Merc 4 grip for the hipfire accuracy, the 50 round magazine, and then the no stock attachment. This thing just feels insane. It's such a fun class. I really recommend you guys trying it out. The hipfire is insanely accurate. The Type 100 at the moment has one of the fastest time to kills in the entire game out of all SMGs, so make sure to give this one a go. Using the recoil booster and then the rapid barrel for the fire rate, and then we're going to be going for the 36 round magazine, which is the only thing that isn't good about this weapon. Everything about this weapon is great, but the 36 round magazine isn't exactly that many bullets, so you might have to reload quite a few times, but it does increase the damage, which is great. Lengthened ammo type, and then the skeletal underbarrel. We're then going to be going for the taped grip for the mobility, folding stock for the mobility as well, slate reflector, and then you want to use acrobatic and quick for the sprint speed, movement speed, etc. Next up is the Weld gun, which is definitely one of the best Vanguard SMGs. This has really high mobility and a good time to kill as well. So the recoil booster increasing the fire rate, and the short barrel also increasing the fire rate kicks it off just to be great. Those 2 attachments combined make this weapon super good. We're then going to be using the Strife Angled Underbarrel for the increase in accuracy. The Gorenko 40 round magazine also increases the fire rate and it increases the movement speed and recoil control, so stick that on. Lengthened ammo type along with the taped grip for the mobility, remove stock for the mobility, acrobatic and quick also for the mobility, and then the Slate Reflector, that is the full class. The Cold War MP5 is hella underrated at the moment, so I'd really recommend you guys giving this one a go. The time to kill is crazy, and it's got great mobility as well. Agency Suppressor is going to increase the accuracy, Task Force of Barrel is going to increase the range, strafe speed, all of that good stuff. And then we're going to be using the Raider stock, the 50 round magazine, and the Tiger Team Spotlight. Laser and stock are going to increase the mobility, and then 50 rounds is quite a lot of bullets. The next one is the H4 Blixen. Ever since this has been released, everyone wanted to unlock it, and the challenge was pretty difficult, but they have made it so anyone can use this weapon now. You don't even need to do the challenge for it, which is great. But you guys are going to want to use the recoil booster on this with the Bergstrom barrel to increase the accuracy of the weapon, the Slate Reflector, and then the 54 round magazine with the lengthened ammo type. For the underbarrel, you can use the skeletal underbarrel to increase the ADS and movement speed, or if you want more accuracy, you can use the handstock barrel, which both of them are great options. I'd probably go for the skeletal because it's already pretty accurate. Taped grip for the mobility, and then we're going to be using the remove stock, fleet, and quick also for the mobility. Final SMG in the video is the Lapper. This is a really good weapon. I would definitely recommend you guys giving it a go. Agency Suppressor, and then you want to use the rifled barrel, which is going to increase the damage and fire rate. You want to use the Microflex LED because the iron sights on this weapon are super ugly, so this is going to help you just be more accurate. The Raider stock and the 50 round magazine, and that is the end of the video. I'll be doing assault rifles next, so stick around for that.